Happy Thanksgiving. Hey, I didn't make a video yesterday because I was too busy hanging out with my fabulous loved ones and soaking in that warmth, eating a good turkey, using my fabulous electric knife to carve up the turkey. So I'm not, I'm never the author of the feast. I'm the youngest in my family. So, I'm sure there's other youngers out there that know that you're not allowed to have a holiday. All I can do is make wonderful food for those holidays. So I do have an interesting beer to share, though, with you guys from Samuel Smith's brewery again. I I love a Samuel Smith beer, but a couple of people commented that they weren't happy with the latest winter welcomes. But I have to tell you, I've never opened one that I didn't enjoy. Some I've enjoyed more, but I'm interested in this one because it's got one of my favorite fruits in it. This is an organic cherry handcrafted fruit ale from Samuel Smith, which is funny because on this label it doesn't say Samuel Smith, it says Samel, SAM apostrophe L. So I sort of like that. It's like it's the nickname of Samuel. So, ale brewed with cherry juice, natural flavors added, product of England, USDA organic. Brewed at Melbourne Brothers Ancient Brewery in Stamford, Lincolnshire, and blended and bottled at Samuel Smith's Brewery, Tadcaster, North Yorkshire. And I know, because it's a Samuel Smith bottle, there is a bunch of stuff on the back. So, first off, looks like they have the local web page, like the importers web page on here. But I'll still get the original and put it in the description. So, all right, let's let's read this small description under the picture. Organic barley and wheat are milled by two belt-driven rollers powered by the old Melbourne steam engine. And I will give you guys a look at that little picture there. And then continue on with the other parts of this label. Handcrafted at Melbourne Brothers' tiny brewery set in a time warp in Stamford, using the old manually operated brewing equipment, finest organically grown barley and wheat are used to create a complex ale, which, having undergone primary and secondary fermentation with different yeasts and extended maturation, is taken to Samuel Smith's small independent British brewery at Tadcaster. There it is blended with pure organic cherry juice and a previously cellared organic brew, creating an unparalleled fruit ale. The smooth, distinctive character of the matured ale serves as a perfect counterpoint to the pure organic fruit juice. And it's got a picture of the brewery, All Saints Brewery in Stamford. And I will show you that as well. There's the tiny picture of the brewery. And here, while I'm leaning out crazily, how about I give you guys a gander at the bottle? There you go. And this is a little bit more than a pint. So, of course, I'm using the Jeff's Czechoslovakian pint glass because it's like 2.7 ounces more than a pint. So you definitely need a little bit more room. I once had a friend tell me that the reason there's more than a pint in the bottle is because they don't want you to pour the bottom of the bottle out because it might have sediment on it. And you know what I say to that? I say, I want all that sweet, delicious booze, baby. That's what I want. So let's give this thing a pour and we'll see what it's like. Well, it's a pretty color. It's not cloudy. I don't see any sediment in there. So, it is a nice red beer. Very nice looking. Let's give it a sniffing glass and see what pops up on the old olfactory device. Well, it's probably the cherry itself, but it reminds me of a New Glarus red that they have. It's based in cherry. Really tasty beer, and they'll have that at there. If you ever go to New Glarus, Wisconsin, and you take the brewing tour, they will definitely hand you a tiny little glass of that stuff to try. So, all right, but I'm not going to be going over to uh, England to visit the brewery, and unless this channel takes off like a rocket, baby. So let's tuck in and see what this beer's like, kids. Ooh, it's a sweet beer, and it is very much like that New Glarus offering. Uh, just I'm not getting a lot of beer out of it. I'm getting a lot more cherry. So let's. I'm going back in. Ooh, spices. I'm getting hints of like Christmas spices in this. It's crazy. This is a very tasty beer, but it is not a traditional beer. I mean, if you're a beer drinker and you pick this bottle up and you expect it to be a beer, it's not. It is that cherry juice really does take up a lot of the flavor. It really, and then there's this undertone of spice that comes in at the end of your swallow. That's very interesting. I'm wondering what spices they put into this beer. Now, from what it said on the label, it said that the original batch is brewed in with the Melbourne brothers, and then they bring it down to Yorkshire, where they blend it with another casked ale. It said, another ale that's been aging, and the cherry juice. So I don't know if I mentioned the cherry juice before the casked ale, but I'm not getting that casked beer out of this. It is very tasty. I'm enjoying it a lot, but it is definitely a dessert beer. I probably, had I known that, I probably would have invited a friend to split this with me because I'm not sure this is one that you want to drink too much of. I mean, it's a lot of. It tastes like there's a lot of sugar in this, so could just be fabulous flavor, but it is very sweet. So going back in. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, let me try to get a handle on the swallow so I can describe it to you guys. Yeah. So when you first put it in your mouth, it's pretty inert. But the moment it starts to move, the liquid moves in your mouth. It is just awash with the cherry sweetness. Then after you swallow, these bright spice notes pop up at the back of your tongue. And I can't identify what the spices are, but I am definitely intrigued by them because they lend a nice, um, almost like a wassail um, thing to it, appeal to it, like a mulled wine kind of thing. Um, I'm not sure where I fall on this. I mean, I'm enjoying it, but is it something that I'm going to go out of my way to get again? I'm not sure. I'm really not. I mean, I like Samuel Smith stuff, And I love cherry. But this, I think this is just a little bit sweeter than I would usually go for. You know, I'm wishing it was a lot warmer out so I could drink this in the backyard and it would be pleasurable. Instead, I'm hiding in the basement with a hoodie on. And the moment this video is over, I'm probably going to put the hood up over the fez. So, because it is not warm out there. And there's a blizzard on its way. It's supposed to be slapping our socks tomorrow. And it's supposed to be totally destroying Michigan on the other side of the lake. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm going to hang out down here in the brew room and drink the rest of this fine beer. I'm pretty sure I'll drink all of it, even though it is very, very sweet. Um, Maybe I'll go upstairs. Maybe I'll bring it upstairs and I'll pour myself a chaser of whiskey so I have something to chase the sweet, something smoky to chase the sweet. So, and that would certainly help my insomnia a little bit. So, why not? Hey. So, let me answer the questions. If I saw it in the store, would I pick it up again? Not without a reason. If I was telling someone about this beer and I said, I'll find one for you, yes, I would go and seek this out. But it's not something I would probably buy for myself. I was upstairs yesterday when I was picking out what beers I was going to do today, and I had two Samuel Smiths. I had a Taddy Porter, and then I had this. And I decided I wanted to try this because I do like cherry a lot. So, um, if someone handed this to me at a party, I would ask if I could split it with them because it is a very sweet beer. But I will say, I'm going to bring this upstairs and I'm going to offer a sample to my wife, who is not a beer drinker, and I'm betting she's probably going to love this beer. So maybe, maybe not. We don't know. We don't know. So, um, the reason I'm thinking about whiskey though is because I was just watching Ron and his cohorts. I should really. I'll post a link down in the description to Jay's Ron's channel, so you can see his. He doesn't just do beer reviews; he also does all sorts of liquors and stuff like that. And I guess on Fridays he has this thing called Fandango Friday, where he gets together with a handful of friends and they critique whiskeys. And so it got me thinking about whiskeys. So, um, if you liked what I did here today, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up. It's pretty competitive here on YouTube. And if you don't interact with the channel, it just sort of fades away. So the comments that you make down below add to the algorithm. Any thumbs up you put on here adds to the algorithm. If you have friends that like beer the way I like beer, do me a favor, share this with them. Because I'd really like to develop a great big network of friends that I haven't met yet who appreciate the beers on the same level that I do. So I will talk to you guys next time I got an awesome beer to share.